basic bros in the Buckeye Nation. Jay Urban, give you today's words, and Ross White to keep you locked on that station. You probably waited for this all your life. It's manhood's very own Swiss Army knife.
I don't think you just started staring at me.
You gotta talk.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan Irvin,
I'm Ross White.
and we're the Basic Bros, and we're putting class back in the middle class. Thank you for tuning in again. We appreciate all of your feedback that we received last week. Overall, seemed like a success for a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of good things about the podcast. We had some action on Twitter, actions on YouTube, some comments,
On the interwebs.
some likes on Facebook.
We did get a lot of likes. We
lot
had
of likes
some
on
new
Facebook.
Twitter followers, so we appreciate it. Make sure to follow us at basic_bros on Twitter.
On our Basic Bros Facebook page as well.
Yes.
You can like that.
Facebook is it's a good source for those things.
It is, and also it's good. It's good. We're having fun.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Way to go, Mark.
We'll send you a thank you card sometime soon.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's do it. I've got a hot topic that I've been waiting to talk to you about since yesterday.
And I think this is actually something that really, really will play in the arena of world politics. So
World politics. I think so too. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders' own. He decided to release something. Well, he didn't actually release it. I'm pretty sure Colonel Sanders is dead. Is he dead? Colonel Sanders is dead.
Was
Fact
he ever
check.
alive?
Colonel Sanders is dead.
Is he a fictitious character?
I know he was in The Waterboy.
Are we sure he's not a fictitious character?
I don't know.
He was in The Waterboy? That wasn't him.
The professor, he said he looked like Colonel Sanders.
Oh, the Mendubla Amlangada guy. I love that. Yeah, okay.
The KFC has released something called the Double Down Dog, which you can only see to understand, but it is a hot dog wrapped in a cheese-stuffed chicken breast, fried chicken breast. So the chicken breast acts as a bun for the hot dog, and then I believe they put some sort of cheese mustard sauce on it that ends up looking like snot. It's
snot.
pretty gross. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's like an 86.
Of how gross it is?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really think KFC is just trying to outdo themselves and kill more Americans on a daily basis.
I mean, it's literally a heart attack on a chicken breast because it's not even a bun.
Yeah, so we just have a wiener in between two chicken breasts with some cheese and...
No, not two chicken breasts. It's one chicken breast that's curved.
Oh, so it's like the curved televisions,
yeah.
except...
It's a curved television. Yeah,
curved
sure. It's
chicken.
It's a curved chicken.
Well, maybe they're
Did you know that the chickens come that way? They are actually curved live chickens.
Did Colonel Sanders sell KFC to Elon Musk for that? Like,
I don't know. We did learn that Elon Musk did not, I repeat, did not invent corduroy pants. So he's essentially useless to us.
yeah.
But in other news, KFC released the Double Down Dog. Now, here's the real question, Ross. Would you eat said Double Down Dog?
There's not many things in this world I wouldn't eat that are edible and that are, like, acceptable to eat around.
Got you. Like, people are not acceptable, but the Double Down Dog is acceptable.
It would be acceptable, and, I mean, I would try it. I'd probably hate myself afterwards.
I think so.
But, yeah, I would definitely eat it. Would you?
No.
Would you?
No.
You would
Absolutely
not?
No.
You want to? I mean, you only get a chance. It's like, when someone asks you to try rattlesnake, you just got to go for it.
No. You continue living life. I eat chicken, red meat, not rattlesnakes, and Double Down Dogs.
Well, there's chicken, red meat, just all in one. It's all smothered together.
Oh, it's bad. It looks really bad. It's a take off the Double Down sandwich that they had. Did you ever have that?
I did
Where it was
not.
it was the two chicken breasts, and I think it's a piece of bacon, and then like a mustard.
Ugh.
No bread. No bread. It's literally just chicken is the sandwich.
Yeah,
it's a playoff.
I don't really eat at KFC as much as I thought I did.
I have not had KFC since I was in high school.
I like the famous bowls. They used to have the famous bowls,
Those
but
are right.
then they started skimping on the cheese. And honestly, you put cheese on anything.
Out of
I'll put it in my
everything that's in that bowl, you're mad that they're skimping on cheese
mouth.
instead of chicken?
My father, who is the wisest man I know, has a quote, and it's, "You could never have too much cheese in your house," and I live by that. I love cheese.
Hopefully, we're gonna do an MTV Cribs episode, Basic Bros edition, of your fridge, and it's just nothing but cheese.
Well, I can't say there's anything in my fridge right now, but typically there is a good cheese selection: provolone, Swiss, mozzarella, Parmesan, just
Parmesan cheese. It's
Yeah.
good. Well, maybe we'll be able to try a Double Down Dog someday, or maybe we can get our intern to try a Double Down Dog. It's very
think that's
limited.
good.
There are only participating stores, and the participating stores only have 50 right now to give out to customers.
In fact, if people would want to see at home our intern eat a Double Down Dog, if you
Tweet
could
at
just do the hashtag Tyler Doubles Down.
Tyler doubles down.
Tyler Doubles Down.
Put it in. We'll get it happening.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. It's right now. It's so hyped up on social media that I think they are sold out. If anything, maybe we could create our own Double Down Dog.
Yeah.
If worse came to worse.
And then, yeah, we could just raise the average blood pressure of this country by like 400. I don't know what
400?
I don't know what a reasonable number to raise the blood pressure.
Raise it by 400.
I don't know what that even means.
I think we need a medical.
Yeah. I think it's also time to maybe move away from the Double Down Dog.
I think we're done talking about the Double Down Dog. We're gonna double down.
We're really passionate about this subject, and it affects so many lives in America and Africa. So.
And we're now going to talk about people who eat a lot of Double Down Dogs at the Miss Universe pageant that happened over this week.
Oh, yeah, Miss Universe. There's nothing like, empowering young girls to feel good
Just
about
eat
their
a Double
body
Down Dog
image
in a bikini.
than eating a Double Down Dog in a bikini and telling them that, oh, you have to be beautiful to be Miss Universe.
It's true. That's what happened, actually. The winner got a lifetime supply of Double Down Dogs from KFC.
That is not factual.
At all. No.
Zero.
Miss Universe was actually crowned to Miss Colombia,
Colombia.
who beat Miss USA, which, first off, there's something wrong there. There's got to be something wrong.
Because, A, we have freedom, so
Yeah. Colombia has a lot of cocaine, and that's what I imagine happened.
they just bribed the judges with cocaine.
I guess, one of the judges was Rob Dyrdek, or he was one of the celebrity judges.
Wait, how does Rob Dyrdek get that gig?
No idea.
How do you go
No
from
idea.
Robin Big to hosting Miss Universe
Well,
2015?
here's the thing. Unfortunately, I was dragged into watching the Miss Universe pageant.
Oh, I was
so
not.
I saw it, and 3 of the celebrity judges were Giancarlo Stanton from the Marlins, baseball player. It was in Miami. Rob Dyrdek, the skateboarding phenom from Ohio, also known from Robin Big. And then there was some woman who I've never heard of in my life, but apparently I was told that she is from one of those Real Housewives shows on Bravo.
So literally, we're just taking terrible people to decide
people.
what female represents not only our country or world.
But the whole
The
universe.
universe.
Everything.
I mean, I'm taking someone from a different galaxy over.
I
Miss
probably would
Columbia.
too, and that's what I was thinking. I was sitting there thinking, like, how do we even know that Colombia is Miss Universe? Like, how do we know there's not some hot woman on Mars who's just
Maybe
laying-
with like a nice green tint to her skin.
exactly
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, and especially
Beautiful.
didn't they just find a mermaid recently? I thought they found a mermaid recently, didn't they?
That was a documentary that wasn't real. I watched it.
I thought it was a real life
so-
mermaid. Because if so, I'd vote her for Miss Universe.
No, it was some very doctored photos of what
They were good. They were doctored very well.
Appeared to be actually it was a doctored video, allegedly. I don't know.
They got me. They made me legitimately think that we found mermaids.
I don't swim in the ocean, so I don't care.
No, freaks me out.
Yeah,
It freaks
but-
me out because of that. But anyways, Miss Columbia is now Miss Universe.
Congratulations, Miss Columbia.
It was a weird experience.
If you'd ever like to come on the Basic Bros,
We'll gladly have you.
sure, just as long as you speak the language.
She did, for the most part. It was just weird because they had these elaborate costumes. And Miss Canada was wearing one that was hockey based.
Oh my gosh, Miss Canada looked like a total babe.
She had
was
a
my dream
scoreboard
girl.
on top of her head, and then she had hockey sticks coming out as like wings.
Like protruding.
Like a wing
Protruding from
structure.
her,
I'll be
yeah.
honest with you, I don't remember what Miss Columbia or Miss USA was wearing because I tried to avoid making eye contact with the television as much as possible.
Miss America actually looked kind of like a patriotic parrot. Like, it was like if a parrot loved America, that's kind of what Miss USA
Okay,
looked
I got you.
like.
She had a lot of fans. I mean, really, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm the typical guy. The only thing I really paid attention to was the bikini part.
That's Miss America right there.
Oh, wow. That is elaborate. It looks like
That
a
is-
peacock.
It's a patriotic peacock, you could also say.
Patriotic peacock.
Yeah.
We're going to have to trademark that if she hasn't already because that's a great idea.
Yeah, and if Miss America wants to come on the show, I'm
Hey.
pretty confident she speaks the language.
Miss
so.
USA, I'm pretty sure is actually what they called there instead of Miss America.
Well,
There might, I don't
6
know.
one, half dozen the other. Speaking of half dozen, no donuts today. Thanks,
No
Tyler.
donuts.
Thanks, Tyler.
Terrible intern. You'll get to hear from him later. But we are going to move on to something that's not American, I think. Papa John. Papa Non in the house. Papa John was recently spotted, and there is photographic evidence that we'll show you, of him eating pizza with a fork and knife. Ross, please give me some thoughts on this. Please put this in perspective for me.
I think I can because this weekend I actually tried deep dish pizza for the first time.
It was not deep dish for the record.
But I had to eat it with a fork and knife. And sometimes, you're Papa John, you're rocking Mad Swag. You got Mad
no,
Swag
he's
on.
wearing the same red Papa John shirt every time you see him.
Can you imagine going into his closet and just seeing Papa John polos just right all the way across? Like, no selection. Just like, what am I going to wear today? Oh, the Papa John shirt. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he wears like maybe like to sleep or something like a Little Caesar shirt just so he's never seen or like a different pizza?
Oh, it's a scrub shirt. So I got this Little Caesar.
It's my art smock. It's Little Caesars. But he was seen at it was not deep dish. I understand where you're coming from with deep dish, but he was literally spotted eating a regular slice of pizza with a fork and knife.
I mean, think about it though. He's living the celebrity lifestyle. He has commercials with Peyton Manning.
He does.
Joe Montana.
He has a lot of money.
He does. So I mean, he has enough money where if the dude wants to eat with a fork and knife a piece of pizza, I'm not gonna tell him no.
I just really hope he had a pinky out while he did it.
Just pinky out.
Pinky out while you eat it with a fork and knife, because that's
pizza. Gotta keep
classic.
it classy.
Yeah. That is very classic.
I do like that.
But we'll tweet out the pictures as well as you'll see them in here of Papa John eating with a fork and knife, because that's just I don't think it's American. I don't think it's American at all.
I think he should do whatever he wants because I'm a capitalist, which is real American.
Jesus, we're gonna move on. Ross, what are you watching this week?
Well, actually, I've been obviously I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. Which
Obviously, we'll talk about the Super Bowl here in a little bit.
But I've been binge watching Sleepy Hollow on Fox.
Please tell me what Sleepy Hollow is.
Sleepy Hollow, it's ridiculous, but that's why you love it. Abby Mills, the star of it, total babe.
Okay.
But on Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod Crane of the Sleepy Hollow legend comes back to life in present day times to defeat the Headless Horseman / the other horsemen of the apocalypse to save the world. And there's a lot of historical stuff going on. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of adventures. There's a lot of laughs. Just seeing Ichabod kind of, mesh with the modern world because he's coming from colonial time, 1776. It's a really fun show. I mean, it's not going to make you think. It's not going to be it'd be a little suspenseful, but it's a good show. It's a good show. I definitely recommend it. And Abby Mills, oof, babe. Can we get a picture of her? Something like right here in this area.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I might check it out, or I might keep living my life.
What about? Okay. What about you? What are you watching?
I just finished watching a Netflix series called The Fall, which is Jamie Dornan. He's the new 50 Shades of Grey guy. That's the only thing that I think he's known for at all.
You haven't said a word that's made any sense.
Okay,
keep going.
Keep going. And then it's Gillian Anderson, who was from X-Files. Right, everybody knows Gillian Anderson. She's pretty well known. It's set in Northern Ireland, and it's about a serial killer. I don't know. I've been really into serial killer shows recently. It's really weird, actually. I watched The Following. I watched The Killing. I watched this. I think I have a problem.
I'm so glad there's two other people in the room right now.
Why? Do you feel scared or something?
You
should watch the shows. You'll feel scared.
I don't
like creeps into people's houses. I don't get it. I don't get how they don't know.
See, I've been on this thing where I just don't want to watch stuff that creeps me out. Ever since I watched Gone Girl. I watched Gone Girl a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, man, I'm out on the freaky stuff right now.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the problem. In the middle of the night, I got up to use the restroom, and I was literally scared. I was like, he might be in my house right now plotting to kill me.
Man, I still check the shower every time I go to use the bathroom.
No, that's why I leave the curtain open. I'm smart.
Oh, dude, I'm wasteful.
Because if anyone's in there, they've got to be laying down in a nice angle to where I wouldn't see them, but there's no way that I wouldn't. So I know. I usually carry some sort of weapon.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
It's usually like a javelin or something.
I have the old-fashioned Dukes here, so anyone's waiting in the shower, I'm probably gonna scream like a little girl and run out the front door.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say I wouldn't probably do anything. That's why I usually have my phone for 911. I guess I finished The Fall. I'm probably gonna get back into The Wire. That's it. I'm kind of trying to find some new TV shows right now.
All right. Well, if you have any TV shows that you want us to watch, you can tweet us at basic_bros. Or post it on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear what you guys are watching as well.
And we'll watch them and live tweet them with you. It's like we're going to be watching it with you.
Yeah.
Curled up on the couch.
Speaking of live tweeting and watching, I hear we might be doing an Oscars episode.
It's something. Stay tuned. We'll definitely be releasing details soon. But I think we're going to end up watching the Oscars.
Give a little teaser there for you.
Oh.
A little appetizer.
To the main course. One of the worst appetizers that you'll eat all day, though, is our 2 minutes of technology with Tyler the intern. It's okay if you send it back.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and head on to that
now. Well, hey, welcome. We now, as you can see, have our worthless guest on, Tyler, our intern. 2 minutes of technology with Tyler the intern. Do we have a timer going? I'll get a timer. We'll get it hooked up to make sure that Tyler does not go over his allotted 2 minutes, because if he does, he gets slapped.
Also, we don't have time for that.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
We go on a lot of tangents.
All right, Tyler, you ready? 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, today we are talking about Microsoft HoloLens headset. Have you guys seen this yet?
No. I haven't paid attention to Microsoft since like '98.
Yeah, I don't do too much either. But it's an interesting idea. They have this headset that you wear that kind of projects the computer interface within your field of view.
Question: when you say it's a headset, am I talking about the Walkman headphones, or am I talking about glasses? Am I talking about Google Glass? Am I talking about a ski mask?
And actually, before you answer that, another question. Are we talking, is the interface more Terminator-esque or RoboCop-esque, like the way it looks?
To tie off of that question, is it going to be like I'm at Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese? Like, are we talking about professional level, or are we talking about just to entertain children?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm losing track of questions here.
I got a little excited.
We're about 50 seconds in. So.
Okay, it's more professional idea. I would say the new RoboCop, probably close interface.
New RoboCop, okay.
Wow.
We can do that.
Microsoft's getting high up there.
Yeah, I don't remember the first question. But anyways, it projects like the email would be like on the table.
Now, question.
Oh.
Can I get Oakley lenses built in?
Ooh.
It kind of has sunglasses in it.
Question: can I call Ross a DB for wearing Oakleys?
So tell us more about this Microsoft HoloLens.
35 seconds, Tyler.
You can have like videos displayed on your wall. You can do Skype calls with it.
Question: does Bill Gates wear transition lenses?
Maybe.
Question, do you know Bill Gates? No.
20 seconds.
I don't have any intention of knowing.
Question, who's your favorite owner of Microsoft? Answer, Paul Allen, owner of the Seahawks.
15 seconds. Make it count.
I'm waiting to see how well it works out because most of the time Microsoft announces this stuff and it never really.
You have 7
happens.
seconds to make me understand
Is this
anything
like
you've said.
Google Glass?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind
All
of
right.
like Google.
So Microsoft is coming out with something like Google Glass. So,
Cool.
2
Real-
minutes of
real
technology.
original,
That's
Microsoft.
really good. We're proud of you, Bill.
All right. Well, thank you, Tyler, but not really. And you have a good day.
And make sure you follow Tyler on Twitter for more of these technologies. Make sure you follow Tyler on Twitter. Tyler D-A, as like a rapper would, intern.
Duh. Thank you, Tyler. We
And that's
appreciate that.
that's it. We're gonna move on to sports next. And now we're gonna talk about sports. Super Bowl preview. So Ross, I know that it's like a holiday for you this weekend.
Oh, it is. It's a good time to be a Seahawks fan in America.
America. What about all the other Seahawks fans across the world?
Don't care about them. They're not real Americans.
That's so
Does
so terrible.
Does anyone even care about the Super Bowl outside?
No, and that's
Maybe
the worst.
Canada.
That's the
Maybe
worst
Canada.
part, and that's a personal like beef I have with the NFL, where they call them world champions. They're technically not world champions.
But
No.
may I rebuttal? A couple years ago, they decided to do a World Cup of football, where the United States sent a whole bunch of like D2 and D3 college players,
I'm sure we killed everyone.
and they annihilated everyone except for the finals, where we played Japan,
And they killed us?
and they took us to overtime and we won. True story.
Wow.
That's true story. True story.
You didn't even make that up.
I didn't make that up. I hope that's factual though. I hope it was Japan.
I hope it was too.
Okay, cool.
I usually mistake everything for Tokyo Drift.
No, Tokyo Drift.
If it doesn't have Bow Wow in it, I don't know anything.
Probably the second greatest of the Fast and Furious series, obviously behind Fast 1.
Aren't they on like Fast 17 now?
Dude, I cannot wait though. Those movies are just so much fun.
Maybe we'll have a live outing. Maybe we'll go and we'll watch it.
Fast 7?
Yeah, Fast 7. We'll watch it.
All right, we're talking about sports.
we are supposed to. I mean, that's a sport, right?
Yeah.
No. So Super Bowl preview. Patriots, Seahawks, as we spoke about a little bit last week. This Sunday. I mean, ultimately, I think it's going to come down to which defense plays better, and I definitely think it's going to be Seattle's.
Well, Seattle definitely has the best defense. Of course, I'm biased, and I can admit that. I think Seattle has the greatest defense of all time.
Okay.
But I also think they have a chip on their shoulder right now because when's the last time you heard about the Seahawks in the media?
0.
This actually might be the first thing you're hearing about the Seahawks in the media on
It could
our
be.
podcast, which like 200 people watched. So that I think they're upset about this, and I think there's going to be they're going to come out angry, and I think they're going to kind of slap the Patriots in the face.
I think so too, and I think Deflategate has derailed the Patriots' morale, confidence, even for that matter. I mean, Tom Brady's in the media talking about he got his feelings hurt, and I feel bad for Tommy Boy.
Do
No,
you?
No, not at all. He's a Michigan man. Of course I don't.
A, he's from Michigan. B,
him.
he's a millionaire. C,
Giselle.
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 But we're sorry your feelings are hurt over a couple deflated balls.
Can I read the quote? Can I read the quote?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
personalized a lot of feelings and thought this was all about me, selfish, and my feelings got hurt, selfish again. And then I moved past it because it's not serving me. He said that on a radio program on Monday.
What does it even?
I don't know, but I just know that Tom got his feelings hurt, and that leads me to our segment, which is #crybaby. I want your thoughts, Ross. Who do you think is going to cry the most at the Super Bowl? As far as probably the loser. Which one will cry the most?
Well, Belichick doesn't have a soul, so I don't think he'll cry. Tom Brady, again, is a millionaire and going home to Giselle, so I don't think he'll cry. I'm calling a dark horse in this. Julian Edelman of Kent State University fame.
Nice.
He's my #crybaby pick for this weekend.
That's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead on a limb. I think that Tom is honestly a strong favorite considering he got his feelings hurt over this, so I have a feeling he'll probably cry, and that's most likely my most probable pick. LeGarrette Blount, I don't think has tear ducts. Gronkowski is a robot and is not programmed to cry. I think I might go with maybe a dark horse of Darrelle Revis, but overall, I'm going to take Tom Brady.
You're going to take Tom Brady? I will tell you, the only way I see the Seahawks crying is if they win. Russell Wilson will cry if they lose.
Oh, definitely.
Russell Wilson will cry.
Russell Wilson will cry if they win. He cried when they beat Green Bay.
Oh, but that was emotional.
That was very
I cried.
It was like the end of a Lifetime movie watching Russell Wilson cry.
It's like, hey, you ain't gonna lose. You ain't gonna lose. Man, they G's. They just
Say cheese. Oh, God. All right. Super Bowl
But
picks.
let's talk about it. Right now, I'm thinking, I do agree with you. I actually think it comes down to one main battle. The Seahawks defense versus the Patriots offense.
Absolutely.
I think Seattle will score in the range of 21 to 28 points on the Patriots defense, and they need to keep the Patriots underneath that if they want to win. I'm thinking they do it. Lockdown corners, Cam Chancellor versus Rob Gronkowski.
Unreal.
Cam
Cam
Chancellor-
Chancellor is probably one of the best athletes in the NFL.
His matchup against Rob Gronkowski is going to be the key to that game.
Yep.
I think he comes out and shows that he is one of the greatest safeties to play the game right now. And I'm taking the Seahawks in a 28-24 victory.
28-24, so you're keeping it pretty close with that.
Keeping it pretty close. I mean, they're the two best teams in the NFL. They should be close.
I'm actually thinking that Seattle's defense is going to cause a lot of fits for the Patriots offense, and I think that's going to lead to a lot of points on turnovers. So I'm actually going a little crazier. I'm going to go 34-28 Seattle.
34-28.
I think they at least get one defensive touchdown.
So you're picking the Hawks in this one.
I am picking the Seahawks. I think they're just too strong right now. The Patriots, their feelings are hurt. They're too sidetracked and derailed by all of this stuff that's going on with Deflategate or whatever the hell it is, and it's put them in a point where I feel like they're just in a hole, and it feels like it's all on them. We have not heard about Seattle at all. How come we haven't talked about Richard Sherman's injury? How come we haven't talked about Earl Thomas's shoulder? How come we haven't talked about the tears of Russell Wilson? We haven't, because we're too busy talking about deflated balls and the New England Patriots.
Now, there was an interesting story coming out where Richard Sherman actually called out the relationship between Robert Kraft and
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell.
Which doesn't seem to be what Richard Sherman made it as Robert Kraft had that press conference yesterday.
Yeah, and I think Richard Sherman's just kind of like being like, hey, by the way, we're still here.
Yeah.
Like, we're alive.
Well, and that's the thing. Seattle's used to getting all of the hype and all the attention. I mean, the only thing I've really heard about Seattle is Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
And him getting fined by the NFL and everything. But that's Marshawn Lynch. That's beast mode. That's who he is.
Now, Tyler, who you taking in the Super Bowl?
See, that's it. Just Seahawks.
Choice. We teach our
Do you have
interns
some
well.
technology way
Teach
of
them real
why
well.
they're going to win?
No.
No, just Seahawks. You have a score?
Nah, it's probably going to be close. I've watched a couple Seahawks games this year. Not all of them, but they're really good teams.
So we have Tyler taking the Hawks.
In
he
a
said-
really close game.
close
That might be
game.
the worst. If you worked for ESPN,
That's why
I don't even think they could fire you. I think they would just demote you to a janitor.
I think they'd make you fire yourself.
That's just called quitting.
I hate. Alright.
Oh, and our director Tobin decided to go with the Patriots, which obviously shows he knows nothing about sports.
Well, if that's the case, we are going to put wagers on this.
We're gonna put wagers on this.
$5.
Actually, Jordan and I have decided a wager. Even though he's picking the Seahawks, he's decided to take the Patriots because I'm not betting against my guys.
I'll take the Patriots in this one. I'll take it.
And I know what I'm giving up because you're Mr. J Trends. You have the style. And I had multiple people tell me that I need to get a haircut after last week's episode.
It's true.
I will let you pick my haircut if the Seahawks lose.
Perfect.
And in
And it will be
return,
atrocious.
in return, if the Seahawks win, you must pay for
A normal haircut?
a normal haircut.
normal haircut, okay.
I do a $10 to $14 haircut. It's nothing crazy. Great clips.
Ross, I will buy you a $20 one.
$20
Like a
haircut?
nice one from like Sports Clips, that janky place that
Maybe
I think
like
they
a
give you like
head
a massage or
massage?
something.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll give you one of those. It's called the MVP according to our
So I'm going for an
director.
MVP, and I think so.
If the Patriots lose.
So is it decided?
It's decided.
Right
That's
there,
that. That's
right there.
that. There it is.
Right
you got
there.
the handshake. Now this is another story in the NFL right now with Josh Gordon, who is by far one of the dumbest athletes to ever grace his presence to the public. And this leads us to our segment. Take your pick. Who's dumber, Josh Gordon or a potato?
I definitely know who's more useful.
Useful.
It's definitely the potato.
Oh, absolutely,
I mean, we're
potato.
talking mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes,
Potato chips. We haven't even scratched the surface on that.
sweet potatoes, French fries, curly fries, waffle fries.
Waffle fries.
I mean, potatoes have so many uses, and Josh Gordon,
Has zero. He has one use, and that's to fail drug tests.
Yeah.
That is it. Josh Gordon recently flunked another drug test and now is facing a 1-year ban from the NFL. This time for alcohol, supposedly, is what I was told.
I think, can we fact check that? Can we see why Josh Gordon, what he failed on his drug test
I almost recalled him saying alcohol because I remember watching Stephen A. Smith on ESPN yell at him to get off the weed, and he emphasized that with probably 16 E's. But I believe I was told that it was alcohol. We'll have to take a look into that, but it's just idiotic.
And if it was alcohol, I'm actually going to side with Josh Gordon now because alcohol. It was alcohol. That's legal though.
It doesn't
This
matter.
is America.
You have a privilege to play in the NFL.
Homie should
You
be able to
have-
drink
you
a
have-
beer.
You have essentially 2 strikes in the NFL for drugs, for usage of substances that can affect your being, right? And he now was on probation, essentially, and didn't care.
Have you ever met someone who was suspended or fired for their job for a failed alcohol test though?
I can't say that I have, but I live a very normal life.
I mean,
I don't know a ton of NFL guys.
I'm just saying in like general in your everyday. I think alcohol.
Well, that's because they're different. There are different rules. There are different things. The NFL has different sets of rules compared to the everyday Joe.
I mean, he's an American. He should have his right to drink an alcoholic beverage.
And they're lucky that he was only banned from the NFL or suspended from the NFL for 6 games or what was it, 6 months or something for an illegal use of a narcotic that is illegal in 48 states.
No, and he should definitely be suspended for that. But alcohol. Now, if he knew,
He was on probation. He knew he wasn't supposed to be doing any of that stuff that involved that lifestyle.
And-
he's dumber than a potato.
and I still stick with that he is dumber and less useful than a potato.
He could only catch balls, but I mean, when you have Johnny Football throwing them to you right now, or if he even is throwing to you, there's a lot going on in Cleveland right now, and I feel bad. At least the Cavs are doing well.
Cavs are doing well.
They are doing very well.
Timofey Mozgov. Can we just become like the Timofey Mozgov bandwagon here?
Can we be his groupies?
Hashtag Timofey. I mean,
We're actually going to talk. We're going to talk about some Russian spies later.
Yeah.
Which could very well be his uncle.
yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
that. Now, can I throw something in that we didn't have down about sports?
do it.
That one of our viewers, I think it's at Dude It's Jonas.
It is at Dude It's Jonas.
This week we had the All-Star game here in Columbus, which was awesome. Got
Yes.
to go down to the Fan Fest myself.
Nice. Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was very interesting. I shot a hockey puck for the first time.
And how'd you do?
Terrible. Terrible.
For the first time ever?
No, yeah. I mean, I just never had that moment.
You didn't have it in gym? You know, with the fake little plastic ones?
No, but like this was a legit puck. Those things are heavy.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they sling them. The one dude shot at the skills competition 108.5 miles per hour.
Jesus.
The fact that he's slinging pucks like
Imagine that hitting you in the face.
But the big story that at Dude It's Jonas mentioned was Ryan Johansson thrown on the
Where?
Braxton Miller jersey.
Yes.
The
That's
Braxton
huge.
Miller
That's
jersey.
awesome. It's a big tribute to Columbus, and obviously the city of Columbus was live this weekend.
Oh, yeah, it was
You had the
beautiful.
championship parade or the championship celebration at Ohio State with 45,000 people in attendance. That is more than most Big 5 schools can get even on average football Saturdays, filling up their stadium, which is huge.
And going downtown, I couldn't get in a bar on Saturday night
Yeah.
in the Arena District. It was insane.
And that's a crime itself.
The Arena District?
Well, no, not being able to get into a bar.
Well, yeah. It'd probably be good for Josh Gordon though.
Apparently it would, or the potato for that matter.
Or the potato for that matter. Well, what are we going on to now?
Coach K, just a quick one for celebrating Coach K getting 1,000 wins. The first ever Division I men's basketball coach to ever accomplish the feat.
Yeah, congratulations, Coach K. You're one of the greatest. Team USA coach, which
Team USA.
You can't have my support. Not a huge Duke fan. I'm personally not a huge
Duke fan, but you respect Mike Krzyzewski
Yeah.
more than anything because he is incredible.
You hate the game. You hate the game.
You hate the game.
I love the game, but Coach K is good, and you were actually interested in one of the logos that was coming on out.
I don't want to talk about it.
Before
I don't
actually,
wanna
I do.
I don't.
Before we
I
went
don't.
on air, Jordan
I
was
don't.
talking about how cool it was
I feel like I'm
that
being cornered right now.
on the Coach K celebration.
All right, Okay, so the celebration was Coach K. It's a K, right? And the base of the K they made to look like the number 1, and then they put the sprouts of the K outwards on that. And I like the fact that they made 1K just look like a regular K.
But I'm gonna fact check with our intern here. I believe how you said it was really cool because the K looked like a K.
Don't you answer the fact check?
Fact
Don't
check.
answer the
Fact check. We are correct on that. The K looks like a K. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get that
life.
breaking news right? The
I
K
hate-
looks
I
like a
hate
K.
my life.
The
I
K
hate
looks
my
like a K.
Can we get breaking news? Basic Bro co-host has left show.
All right.
But that's our sports for the week. Make sure to tune in next week for sports as we move on to our breaking news. And on the bright side of news,
Go Hawks, dude. Go Hawks.
All right, and moving on to news. In a recent development yesterday in Manhattan, there was a shooting at Home Depot that left 2 people dead, both male employees. According to reports, one male employee came into the Home Depot, shot another male employee, and then turned the gun on himself and shot him. Now, this is something new that we are trying with our news segment, and we apologize if it offends anyone, but it is called On the Brighter Side. Ross?
Well, I think the news is very sad sometimes.
It can be. This is sad. This isn't good.
And I liken myself to the Killer song, Mr. Brightside. I try to
Nice.
try
And it
to-
is about killing the killers.
the Killers, and so I think we need to take sad news stories and just put our own positive spin on it.
You know what? Manhattan, be thankful you have a Home Depot.
So Jordan, yeah, be thankful you have Home Depot.
And Lowe's is still open.
Lowe's is still open.
So go get your lumber and your plumbing needs at Lowe's.
Looks like that Home Depot store hit its low.
That was so bad. That wasn't even funny.
I know,
It was
but
so
still,
corny.
still,
It
people
was
died.
so bad. That's terrible. Yeah, 2 people died. So our thoughts and prayers
Yeah,
are with them.
that sounded really, really genuine. Oh, thoughts
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same as when
People died.
people put it on Facebook. It's like, oh man, please pray for my family. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no. Just you don't need to be posting on Facebook about your family woes unless that's your only form of communication with other family members.
The news reported it. Like, it's not like these people are like, oh man.
Well, no. I'm talking about the thoughts and prayers thing. I'm talking about the thoughts and prayers
okay.
thing. No. I'm not talking about the news. Totally has to report this. I'll be honest. The thing that struck me as the weirdest part was that there is a Home Depot in Manhattan that looks like a bank until you walk in and it looks like a Home Depot, which they all look the same, which is unfortunate.
Also, like, I think obviously this seemed like a sustained incident. It was just 2 people as they had beef. But if there was
had beef. They made stew.
If there was an active shooter, I can't think of a better store to be in than Home Depot.
Oh yeah, have you actually watched the new Denzel movie?
Equalizer.
Yeah, The Equalizer. Did you watch that?
Did not. No.
I did, and without giving you too much away, at one point in time, he was able to kill like 6 dudes using nothing but supplies from like a Home Depot type store. I think it was called the Home Store or something like that. It was a knockoff, obviously, but he literally used just things you could find at that store to kill these people.
I
They
imagine.
were Russian.
I imagine if I'm in my like ideal active shooter situation,
Yeah.
it's in Home Depot and I kind of pull like, the Home Alone. I set up little traps. I have like
Booby traps,
paint cans hitting people in the face.
The Equalizer.
I think that's what he does.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Pretty
the
close.
Equalizer's Home Alone with Denzel.
Yeah, if you put it that way.
All right, well I'm
Denzel is
in.
now
I'm
the
in.
new Macaulay Culkin.
I don't think there's anything else I want to watch in the world now.
I don't think so either. It's got Denzel. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
Oh, he is beautiful.
We're going to talk about the Blizzard 2015.
And this will be Friday for you, so you probably won't care.
Probably note.
Dude.
Note. Sound like Hugh Grant or something like that. Probably note. No, I'm gonna keep living my life.
But yeah, so the blizzard came in and we saw a nice little sprinkling of it.
We saw a sprinkle of it, and apparently it was such a debacle in New York City because the mayor came out and said like, hey, this could be literally the worst snowstorm that we expect in this city's history, which is pretty crazy to think about. I mean, they were expecting upwards of 1 to 2 feet of snow, and then continuing on to land to 3 feet worth of snow in New York City. And it caused this huge debacle. Everyone was going to the grocery store, buying up all this food. There was a kale shortage. It was on Twitter, kale. Like, people were freaking out that there was not enough kale in New York City.
That's an issue in and of itself. I'm sorry, you're American. You're not going to be able to survive just on kale.
Just on kale. That's
You're
right.
going to need protein.
And it was such a big, huge ordeal that actually there are pictures of the bread aisle alone. Bread and eggs were so hard to come by.
That is something people should get.
They should be getting that.
Yeah.
Not
kale.
The bread shortage, it was crazy because they showed pictures. There's only like a couple loaves left on the shelf, and that's it. And they said, this is the closest you'll ever get to a zombie apocalypse. Which was pretty funny, I thought, in all honesty.
Oh, well, that is interesting. My beef with it is, how much snow did New York actually get?
That is a great question. I can tell you that Massachusetts got about 2 feet worth.
2 feet.
Around like the Boston area. In New York City, they only got a little more than 6 inches on the ground at Central Park.
6 inches.
And there's still maybe an inch or two left to fall. So they went from a feet to 2 feet, upwards of 3 to about half a foot.
So they freaked out for nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what the blizzard of 2015 was. They lifted the travel ban. They actually put a travel ban in the city of New York. You could not leave or like drive cars or anything. They lifted it this morning. Meteorologists across New York were all apologizing for screwing it up so bad.
Yeah, and I know I personally was a little bummed because the Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble was actually canceled.
There were a lot of games. The Knicks game, the Nets game were both postponed.
But mainly that Monday Night Raw thing.
Mainly just Monday Night Raw.
But I do kind of since, we are in the winter season here in America, I do kind of want to talk about the future of the winter.
The future of the winter.
You know what happens every
It's
winter?
like a Liam Neeson movie.
You know what happens every winter, Jordan?
I don't know, Ross. Tell me.
It snows.
It does snow.
It snows a lot. Why do we have to freak out?
Well-
Every year there is some sort of apocalyptic snowstorm.
Well,
It's going to be a surprise.
When they're
24
projecting
years.
a foot to 2 foot or 2 feet of snow, that's a big deal.
That's a Tuesday in Buffalo. A Tuesday in
Who cares
Buffalo.
about Buffalo?
It's an all-American city.
Buffalo might as well move to the Dakotas.
I like Buffalo, personally speaking.
You do.
Haven't spent too much time
I
there.
like buffalo sauce.
I like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who doesn't?
But I'm just saying,
Shameless plug.
the snow, it happens every year and everyone freaks out about it, and I don't understand why. You know it's coming. You know it's happening.
But like I said, a couple feet, you don't expect a couple feet. Like, maybe accumulated over the whole winter season, a couple feet worth of snow, sure. But in like a 2-day span, no one's actually.
But I think once we get to the 10-inch range, like anything after that doesn't really matter. It's just you're gonna have a crap ton of snow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
But so I just don't understand why we freak out. So
It did not warrant the hype that the Blizzard of Death 2015 was. But still, hey, Massachusetts is still covered in snow, so good for them. They've got a ton of snow days. People got snow days here in Columbus yesterday.
yeah. I do love snow days. I remember those fondly as a kid.
I don't get snow days now, so I hate them.
Yeah. Actually, I remember we used to play Rock Band a lot on snow days. We would wake up right when we found out it was a snow
We
day.
should wrap this up.
Yeah,
now.
okay,
We
cool.
we should never talk about Rock Band in a public setting. Well, that concludes our On the Brighter Side of News segment this week. Make sure to tune in next week for that. It's a little new spin that we got rolling on.
Yeah, and
like it.
Definitely keep the feedback coming in for us throughout the whole show.
We wanna hear more.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it from the bottom of our
And we appreciate
hearts.
you. We appreciate all of our basic bros, groupies, followers, fans, fanatics, parents, mothers, fathers.
Yeah, and anyone out there, you could be a basic bro. You can always
Easily.
be a basic bro. We love you all. So
There's an application that you can get.
yeah, so go ahead if you could just follow us on Twitter at basic_bros.com.
Probably following on the bottom of your screen right now.
You can also follow me at Twitter. Hopefully it's right up there at Ross for Words.
And I'm Jordan_D_Irvin. Subscribe to YouTube as well. Make sure. And leave comments below. You don't have to get on Twitter or Facebook to hit us up.
Yeah.
Leave comments. We're checking all of it to see what's happening.
Yeah, just blow up our YouTube, share it with your friends, and let us know what you think because we really do value your opinion.
We want to spread like a virus.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Tune in next week, guys. Thanks.
yeah, have a good one.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. Love you, Mom.
Bye, Des. You're not watching.
My mom is watching, and you're a good mother.
Maybe my mom too. Not me. Enough.
at you from a prime location. Basic bros in the Buckeye Nation. Jay Herb give you today's words and Ross White to keep you locked on that station. You probably waited for this all your life. It's manhood's very own Swiss Army knife. Ha, Tyler and Tobin know the place to go. Stick with the base, you know it's the basic bros. Huh?